Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Jemscast, the podcast brought to you by Jems. Today I'm here, as I always will be, with Daniel. Daniel, why don't you hit us with the sponsor for today?
All right, Josh. Salutations to you this evening as we talk. This week I'm bringing you a message from an organization near and dear to all the hearts of the men of the New World. I am speaking, of course, about the organization Fat Plus. Fat Plus has been providing men with proper grub for years, including juice powder concentrates from 30 different fats, carbohydrates, and sugars. Fat Plus helps increase the gap between you and those foods that you really don't want to think about. You know, that green stuff. Fat Plus is made from expensive ingredients, carefully processed with only GMO ingredients, making sure that if it doesn't contain gluten or grease, it goes. Fat Plus comes in 3 different types of capsules. Fast food, the holidays, and everyone's favorite, bacon grease. What about Fat Plus that you can taste? Well, Fat Plus also makes shakes and jerky that are convenient ways to get the same effect, rich in sugar and fat and everything nice. Check out fatplus.com and order your lifetime supply of everything good about American food today. That was our longest sponsor yet.
That was.
You enjoyed it.
That was. They requested some special things that we needed to say. But hey,
Yes.
That also includes some extra pay. So we're good. We're not actually getting paid. Anyways, so Daniel, my lad, my good lad, tell me, what's special about today? I'll tell you what's special about today.
You're not as depressed as last time.
I am not as depressed. Well, the thing about that was I was a little bit sad, but just because I was so tired, and that's just.
You're not as tired as last time.
Right. And so I'm not as tired as last time. I'm awake. So last time was a wreck. Also, I just want to say this. And I was thinking about making a video about it, but then I told James, and he was like, "Oh no, man, don't do that. That'd be bad." And I was like, you know what? He's probably right. And so I didn't make a video about it, but I do want to apologize publicly on this podcast, even though this will be a week after that, or 2 weeks actually after this happened. I think. Basically, I didn't post a podcast or a video for a whole week. Like, the whole week was done and there was nothing on the channel. So I apologize greatly for that. I was genuinely just incredibly busy. We had some complications with the podcast, but it's no big deal. And most of it was just my fault. Is just I couldn't get to do it. So I apologize for that, guys. And the schedule will be back up to normal. But I just wanted to put it out there. So, yeah. But anyways,
people actually noticed.
People did. Some people were like, "Where's the video?" And I was like, "I'm sorry." And no, people also said, "Where's the podcast?" It was a dual question. Where's the podcast? I was like, "It's not. I was really busy." And they're like, "Okay, where's the video?" And I was like, "Well, I was even more busy that day." And so, but today, October 29th, I'm not busy. So, we're good. So.
Yeah, this will be a long time till it comes out.
I know, isn't that weird? It's weird because we record these in advance usually, but this time it's like it's gonna be like.
It would be pretty hard to not record them in advance, but.
Well, that's true. I mean, like we record these like generally. I mean, at least like 4 or 5 days in advance. But this is like we're not gonna post this for like another 2 weeks or so. I don't even know when. It's gonna be mid-November, which is weird. But anyways, because it's October 29th. Anyways, this is just weird. It's movie magic. So today. We're going to start off with a great segment that we've never done. We're never going to do again unless it happens again. It's called Taste Test. Whoa. It's like I was singing it, but I wasn't. I just, made my voice. Anyways, so, Daniel, why don't you go first?
That's good radio, Josh.
I'm glad. Good radio. You cracked me. Okay, what have you got for us?
Well, I, in fact, have been so curious as to try the concoction that Josh tried a few weeks ago. I think it was in episode 3 of tea mixed with a little bit of crisp, cool Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's good.
And so I brewed myself some
this
afternoon.
It was
because
black
my
tea,
parents
right?
were gone,
Mm-hmm.
and I can say that because if someone wants to come rob our house, they'll be back by then.
Oh yeah, right. Michael was the first person to like my Instagram picture. I'm just have to say that. Like, thanks, Mike. That never happens. Anyways, sorry.
Wait, do you call him Mike?
I feel like I can. I feel like I'm at the friendship level where I can. I don't usually, but if I'm very happy with him, or, you know what I mean, like if I'm really happy and he's there or he's involved, I might call him Mike. But it's not usual, but I do sometimes if I'm like just super excited about something, and he won't be like, dude, don't call me Mike. So I'm kind of proud of that. But anyways, go ahead. I just have to say, Michael he's like on and off Instagram a lot, and but he was the first person to like my picture. So anyways.
So it's a rare and special occasion.
Very rare, very rare. All right. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
So we will now take a moment of silence. Well, do you want me to taste mine, or do you want to tell what yours is first?
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. Well, moment of silence as I taste my wonderful cup of tea.
Here we go, guys. Daniel right now is drinking black tea mixed with Coca-Cola. First time in his life. I had it a couple weeks ago, and it was pretty good.
It does not taste like Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
It does not.
Okay.
It tastes gross.
Okay, that's fine. You know,
it really tastes gross, Josh. How do you even drink this?
Okay, I will admit to everyone out there, I had it again later that week, or like the next day probably. I don't remember when it was. This was a while ago when I did this, when we recorded that episode. And I had it again, and I didn't finish it. I will say that much. So it must have been like I was thinking.
Delirious?
Yeah, I think I might have been in a weird
Is that why we went
mind.
an hour on that episode?
That's probably why. Let's face it. So yeah, I don't recommend it anymore. Like I don't think it's that great. So, just for anyone else out there.
Josh, just think of all the suffering that you caused.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I didn't mean to, spread this false. What would be the word? This false. I can't remember what the word is. I'm getting tired. This is bad. Anyways, this false phenomenon.
We're gonna have to start doing this in midday so that you're not tired from waking up.
We're gonna have to, guys. We used to film this we used to start filming at 8:30. Right now, we started filming at around 7:40 or so, and I'm already tired. It's only been 10 minutes. But anyways,
I just wear you out way too much.
You wear me out. Honestly, the days were. This week was very busy. I will say. I don't know about you. Yeah, but for me, it was there was a lot of stuff due for school that isn't usually.
We could tell everyone our opinions of dances and the like, but that may be too.
No, we can. We can. We have a lot to talk about, I suppose. Yeah, this might be a long one. I don't know, but we could go on. So, anyways, what? Okay, so actually, I have to taste test.
Correct.
I'll take a picture for you guys right now, and I'll put it up on the screen for any of you who are watching, and on YouTube. Switch to the screen now if you weren't watching already. Anyways, I'll put up a picture right now. It's called Peace Tea. This is green tea. I saw it at my grocery store, and I was like, I need to try that. It just looks, the color is so vibrant, and it looks very nice. So I'm gonna try this. It's a big can. It's a big can. Also,
thank you marketing for Peace Tea.
What?
Thank you for marketing and design from Peace Tea.
Yeah, it's really good. Have you seen it? I sent it to you, the picture.
Yeah, I did see it.
It's very welcoming, in my opinion. It's green tea, which I like, but we'll see what this is like. I'm a little nervous. I have to, hold on. Okay, I'm going to try it right now.
And he takes a swig.
That's really good. That's really good. It's I can't remember what the company's called. It's like this other type of green tea. Oh, wait, no, yeah, Gold Peak. It tastes like Gold Peak's green tea, but this is more herbal. It's got more herbs in it. Well, it tastes like it, at least. That's nice.
Do you pronounce the H?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I believe...
So that was on purpose?
Yeah, that was on purpose.
Okay, good.
Because I said herbs the first time, and I said herbs the second time. I believe they say herbs in England, and possibly the rest of the UK. Yeah. Huh. I believe, I'm not sure. I haven't heard it in so long, but I'm pretty sure they say the H.
Do
And
they
that's why I
say
said it in a British.
thyme instead of time?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
But I don't know. It's rare that I hear that type of stuff. But I feel like I remember they said herbs. I don't remember. Anyways, I would look it up, but I'd rather focus my attention on talking.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is it?
It's quite nice. I would say it's 7's a cop out, right? So I'm gonna say 8. So it's pretty good. Yeah. Well, something wrong?
It's just so like 8 is and 9 is like, oh, that's good, and 10 is like, that is amazing.
Well, I would say it's a 7, but that's kind of like everyone's like, what?
We can't. No, we're doing the wrong scale.
You're right.
A tier from 1 to 9.
This is a tier 7 in that case, because a 7 in tiers isn't a 7 in from 1 to 10. So there you go. This is a tier 7 for sure. It's not quite tier 8.
Right, I can understand that a little bit better.
Yep. There we go. Yeah, tiers is how Daniel and I sort of communicate generally. And so when I say 1 to 10, he's like, whoa, Josh, you're not speaking my language anymore, bud. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
It's like a European comes over and starts using the metric system, and we all lose our minds.
Right. It's like when we say, and they're like, what's it like, 30 degrees, sorry. Yeah, about like 30 degrees. And we're like, that's pretty cold. And they're like, well, it's pretty hot. And we're like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, you uncultured idiots. And we're like, what? That's what it's like. Isn't it, Daniel?
We don't say what, though. We just kind of ignore them.
That's pretty funny. Also, I don't know why, but I was just taking my shoes off. So if you heard me like going distant or anything, or like things moving, I was taking my shoes off. I don't know why.
And if you've heard me swallow multiple times, I apologize.
Right. Likewise. I heard myself swallow and sip quite a bit in I think it was the third one. Yeah, it must have been the third one. And I was like, oh, it's gross, but who really cares? It's like when I hear people swallow, like whenever, I don't think, oh, that's gross. But whenever I hear it back, for me, I'm like, oh, people must think that's disgusting. But then I'm like, well, probably not. Sort of hypersensitive to yourself.
Correct.
Right.
It's weird to hear your own voice, too.
Right. Well, the thing is, I'm really over that because I've been making YouTube videos for 3 years.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. I'm kind of used to it by now. But yeah, beforehand, of course, I was totally not used to it, and so that was kind of weird.
Coolio.
There's a problem that I've been facing sort of recently on YouTube, is I feel like I'm sort of like comfortable where I am. You know what I mean? Like I've got 100 subscribers. I get views that I like. You know what I mean? Like they're not a lot, obviously, but I very much enjoy getting like 35 views. Like that makes me really happy. And so the problem that I'm facing now is like I made a video last night and I thought it was really good. And then I woke up the next morning and I was like, let me see what it's like. And I watched it and I was like, this is just, and I thought to myself, it's really lazy. Like it wasn't that lazy. Like I recorded for a while and I tried to make it funny and stuff. But I was thinking it was just like me reading comments from a video that I thought were pretty funny. And it was funny, the comments, but then I watched it back and I'm like, this is a terrible format that I did it in. Like, it was really bad. Like, the camera wasn't even... Like, one thing that is a very big sort of injury to my channel, you could say, is that I have, like, zero experience in sort of, like, cinematography and stuff like that. And so a lot of the, like, shots I'll make, especially when it's, like, just me. Like, in my cool videos, they're a bit better because I have more of, like, this vision. You know what I mean? But when it's just, like, me trying to make a video in my back room, it's... like the camera's generally kind of like far away. It's just not, it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? It doesn't look nice.
I'm sure it's easier to film someone else than it is to film yourself.
Right, that's true. Good. Yeah, that's true, because because you can see the other person, right? But you can't see yourself. Well, for me, because I film on a phone. Secret's out! I film on a phone! Oh no, they know! I want to buy a camera, but I worked over the summer, so I got some money, but not enough to buy a decent camera, and I've spent most of it anyways. Not because I'm, spending money left and right, but just because, it's been a couple months, and,
Your
money
storage
goes.
is depleted.
Right. I've still got enough left. I'm not worried, but I'm
Do
gonna
you
start
get
working.
Halloween presents?
I don't. Do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And plus, it's not Halloween; it's Reformation Day.
Right, as as it should be. Does anyone get Halloween presents? Have you ever heard of that? 'Cause I've
I've
never
never
heard of
heard of
that.
that. It's called candy.
Right, it's called
Actually,
candy. Even I don't get that. Well,
me neither.
yeah, when I go over to my grandparents' house, they usually have like some candy.
This has
You,
been sad childhood stories with Josh and Daniel.
right. I mean, really, you could say,
We're
obviously I
better
don't.
off
What?
without all that junk.
Right. Well, what I was gonna say is like my story was always like I genuinely stopped caring about Halloween when I was like very young. Like we went trick or treating when we were like I mean, we stopped when Noah, my brother, was probably I mean, seriously, maybe like probably younger than 13. And so
Oh
I was
wow.
like, 11 at that point, and we stopped before then cuz that was when I was in a Christmas Carol my first year. So I mean, we probably stopped when I was like 9. And so, you know, um we just kind of because I we just didn't really care. Like it wasn't we weren't like, "Oh, it's evil." We were just kind of like we didn't really care about walking around getting candy anymore. We're just like, if we want candy,
Right.
we'll go to Walmart. Even though we don't shop at
Buy it
Walmart, we'll go to
the
Harris
day
Teeter.
after,
Right.
so
You know
that
what I
it's
mean?
on sale.
Because like that's most of the thing is like dressing up, right? No one really cares that much about the candy. It's mostly
Oh,
just
you'd be surprised.
oh no, yeah. I'm not trying to say no. Oh yeah, I know there's some people who are like, candy just like crazy. But for me, it was always like dressing up. Like I know we were always like Leo was always like Minnie Mouse and stuff. Noah was like a stormtrooper, and I was like the Mad Hatter and Anakin Skywalker and stuff like that. So we were never like the creepy family. But there was
Creepy
this one.
family.
Well,
Walking
there's
down
there's
the
always
street.
there's always at least um you know I don't know with your house situation. Obviously, it's not like like mine. But for me, trick or treating, there was always like the you know what I'm
Your
saying,
house situation is not like mine. No.
right? Well, you're like more like in sort of an open space. You know what I mean? You don't have like you know what I mean?
Oh, we're not in a neighborhood,
Right,
so to speak.
right. And so for me, it's always this one house is always like the creepy family house, and we'd never go because they would always like dress up as creepy guys with like knives and stuff because they had like teenage boys. Well,
Ah,
I'm not trying to stereotype, but teenage boys are kind of they're
creepy.
they're edgy. They try to be sometimes. And so basically, we go to the creepy house, and and what they do, it was annoying because what they do is they sort of like walk slowly behind you as you walk up to get the candy. You know what I mean? With like masks on and stuff, and just like stare at you the whole time. And this happened to Leah, and yeah, she's like 4.
Oh my.
Or not even well, she was probably like 5 maybe at this time. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
she's
that's
like,
creepy.
freaking out, and she's trying to dress up like Tinkerbell. You know what I mean? We're like trying to have a nice, good time, just getting some candy, having a laugh. But these
And
people
other
are
people
like,
are like, yes, we're celebrating Death Day.
right? They're like, let's get scary with it. I was never about scary. It's not like I'm all like, oh, it's evil. I'm just like, I don't like scary things, and so Halloween was never a big deal to me, and so we stopped trick or treating a long time ago. For that reason, really, we just didn't really care.
You would rather watch TV shows about ladybugs than you would about horror zombies, right?
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. People are like, "Oh yeah, watch The Walking Dead." Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad they enjoy it. But I mean, Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir is a really good show. I finished season 1. Season 2, I don't even know when it's going to come out on Netflix. We don't have cable TV just because we never watch TV anyways. And when we do, it's like, whenever I watch TV, it's Doctor Who, or now it's Miraculous Ladybug. And so...
Or Sherlock.
Right, or Sherlock occasionally. And so, it's like those are all on Amazon Prime and Netflix. So we just don't use TV. And
There's no
so,
need for it.
right, there's absolutely no need. And so then, where was I going with that? I can't watch Miraculous Ladybug live on TV, season 2. And so I'm waiting for it to come out on Netflix. It's going to be a long time, I know, because it's not even, they're on like episode 3, real time. So it'll be a while. But when it comes out, it's going to be sick.
Are you
Yeah.
more pumped for that or the next Sherlock?
Oh.
The next season of Sherlock.
Oh, Miraculous Ladybug, without a doubt. without a doubt. Listen. This is like the
Everyone
one.
take a moment to silently judge Josh.
I know. And I'm trying very hard not to care about what people think. But for some reason, I'm just genuinely, incredibly invested in the story and the characters. This love story has just, like, captured my heart. It's because they always get so close to, like, knowing that he... Because basically, Cat Noir... Have I already told you this?
No, probably not.
Okay, let me explain to you real quick the love story that's going on here. Because it's truly...
I did not realize it was a love story.
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so they're 10th graders, right?
Is it as moving as Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet?
Not quite. Hate to say it.
Okay.
Speaking of which, we could talk about that Shakespeare in the Park. Okay, we have a lot to cover apparently in this episode. So basically, in Ladybug and Cat Noir, there's so Marinette and Adrian are two 10th graders. Marinette's the girl, obviously, and Adrian's the boy. And they go to their school. They live in Paris, and it's a French show. I can confirm. I looked it up, did deep research, and it's definitely of French origin. At least the creator is French, and so they live in Paris and they go to school together. And so Marinette is in, for kids it's kind of, or for kids, for teenagers it's kind of like an awkward stage where it's like, well, love is kind of, like if you're an adult you can be in love with someone, but teenagers is kind of like, yeah, I don't know if you're in love with them. But anyways, I'll just say in love just for, be easier. And because I don't like saying I like someone or I have a crush on someone because it seems so fickle and I just hate saying that. Anyways, so Marinette is in love with Adrian, right? And so Marinette turns into Ladybug when she is a superhero, and then Adrian turns into Cat Noir. What? What's up? What's up? Is it just too much? What's up? Tell the good people. I'm dying to know.
It sounds so cheesy, but I have not seen it.
It's cheesy, alright? I'll tell you. So, Marinette is in love with Adrian, but Adrian is in love with Ladybug. So are you connecting the dots? So Adrian turns into Cat Noir, and Marinette turns into Ladybug. And so they both like each other. They're both, like, in love with each other, but they don't know that, in real life, they're both Marinette and Adrian. They think that, Adrian thinks that Ladybug is who knows who. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
And when Marinette turns into Ladybug, she has no feelings for Cat Noir. But so very close, like, it happens sometimes where they'll almost, like, see each other, turn back into, Marinette and Adrian after they're, fighting crime. Because if they knew, then they'd be like, oh, great, and Marinette would be super happy. It's like, it's so close. It's really touching. And there's a really good scene. Okay, I just have to tell you, I nearly cried when I watched this, and I've watched it many times back on YouTube. And I've even written a piano piece after inspiration of the song that plays during the scene, where basically Cat Noir, it's after school, and Adrian and Marinette are walking outside of the school. This is kind of like, so basically, at the beginning of the series, they, like, jump you straight into the story with, like, no origins, nothing. But then, like, episode 10 or so, they give you, like, an origins two-parter, and so you can figure out how it all started. And so, at first, Marinette hated Adrian because she thought that he put gum on her seat in school. And so, it's the end of the episode. It's such a good scene. It's the end of the episode, and they're walking out of school together. They're the only two left, and it's pouring down rain, and Adrian has an umbrella. And he's like, I didn't mean, I was just trying to take the gum off your seat. I've never actually been to school. I've never really had any friends. Because he's in, like, a super rich family and they've homeschooled or whatever, for their whole lives. Which we homeschool, by the way, as well.
Private tutored.
Right, exactly. And so he, I just cracked my knuckle, by the way, for anyone who heard that. And, it was pretty easy. I didn't actually mean to. But anyways.
Go back and replay it.
Yeah, everyone go back and replay it. You can hear distant, little that. And so basically, so they're outside and it's raining and he's like, I didn't actually mean to put the gum on your seat. And then I can't remember if she says anything, and he's like, I never had any friends. And then he puts the umbrella over her while it's pouring rain so she can have it instead of him. And she's like, thanks. It's just so amazing. And that's when she falls in love with him. It's like the best scene ever. Oh my gosh. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. And then she falls in love with him. And I'm like, yes! Anyways.
You know what? I actually, listening to you talk about this show, it actually makes me appreciate one part of it.
What's that?
There's all these superhero movies now, right? It's kind of like the Old West cowboy movies that we went through in the 50s and such.
Right.
Now we're going through the superhero movie phase.
Mm-hmm.
But they all take themselves so serious. They're all so serious.
Right, yeah.
And they don't realize that they make jokes, right? But everything's serious, and they try to be real with something that cannot be anywhere close to real.
Right.
And that's one fault that I find with superhero movies, is that they become so unbelievable by trying to be believable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that any different with Ladybug and Miraculous?
Right.
Ladybug and
Cat Noir.
Cat Noir.
It's just noir is French for black. And so his costume's a black cat.
I see.
Yeah.
So is that any different?
No. I mean, sorry, yes. Yeah. It's very, yeah, the show doesn't take itself serious, I don't think, at all. It's, like I think I said this in the last podcast when I talked about it, it's definitely like a kid's show. You know what I mean? Like, you watch it, and, I think I think, so, like I said in the last podcast, I saw it had this just huge following. I mean, just massive following. And I was like, you know, what is this about? Like, what is it? So I went into it with this sort of like wonder and amazement. Like, what is this show? You know what I mean? Like, how can it be so good? And so the first, like, you know, when me and my sister sat down to watch it for the first time, we watched like 5 episodes in a row because I didn't want to give up. Because it was so, like, it's just not, you know, it's not like Doctor Who or Sherlock where it's, like, intense and, you know, like, super, you know, like, oh, wow, this is so cool and serious and stuff. You know what I mean? It's, like, it's just for kids, you know? It's, like, lighthearted. There's, especially in the first couple of episodes, there's, like, no real danger, really, you know? And, you know, the first episode of anything, except Sherlock had a pretty good first episode, but the first episode of most shows are always not like the rest. They're always very, like, sort of cheesy and just, you know what I mean? They're trying to
set up the characters and a conflict within 30 minutes.
Right. And
hook you on the show.
Right. And
Which
so
usually fails.
Right. It usually does, if I'm honest. And so, it's always embarrassing when you that's why it's always embarrassing when you show people, you know, a new show and you start at the beginning and you're like, oh gosh, this episode's so bad, but I swear it gets better. So that's what I assumed. That's what cause I really wanted to, you know, I was like, this is obviously very good. You know, obviously, like, a load of people like it. So it must be good in some way. And so that's what I was, like, trying to figure out. And in that, I completely fell in love with it. And I don't know how. And this is, like, one of those things where usually I'd be like, you know, I wouldn't want to tell people because it's kind of, like, weird. But this is, like, it's so good for some reason that I just feel like I need to tell people. I'm like, I'm not ashamed. It's just, like, a really interesting show.
And then someone in our class actually recognized the show.
And they were very disappointed in me.
They
were. And I was like, dude, listen, I'm sorry. I really was. I was like, I'm sorry. But it's just so good. I think most of it is because, like, I wrote a whole, well, okay, it wasn't very long. But it was a 40-page script. So obviously it's not very long. But I wrote a 40-page script because I wanted to write a love story that I liked. Because I just love, like, romance in general is, like, super, like, I just love stories. Like, they're just very much, I don't know, they make me, like, really happy, you know, I'm just, like, I just love it.
Speaking of which, have you started Pride and Prejudice?
I haven't yet. Have you?
Okay. Yes.
I mean, I'm assuming, yeah.
It's incredibly witty. I had no idea
really
how amazing that book was.
Good. Oh, I'm looking forward to it a great deal. I've seen the, not the good one, apparently, but I've seen the short movie.
With Keira Knightley.
Yeah, with Keira Knightley.
This episode, Daniel and Josh talk about romance and period dramas.
But really, so basically, I wrote, like, you know, a 40-page script. I think it was like 42 pages. And because I wanted to write a love story that was, like, perfect to me. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound like dramatic and like a normal teenager. Like, I want to write it perfect to me. But like, I genuinely was like, I want to write a story that to me is like perfect.
Just say you were inspired by Shakespeare, and everyone will not think poorly of you.
I was very much inspired by this sort of just beautiful intellectual speech of Shakespeare, and the use of his language is just inordinately beautiful, and it's sort of just the beauty of his age is ubiquitous in everything he writes, and it's just so it captures your soul and everything about you. And so in that, I decided to write my own story. I was trying to find fancy words, and I just couldn't. Like, I was trying very hard to say that in a fancy way, but I genuinely couldn't. So I tried, but
in some ways is okay, because
right.
I mean, it's
like
better not to fake it.
Where I was trying to like do a bit, you know what I mean? Like I was purposely trying to, pretend to.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, just make sure. It's like, whoa, wait, I wasn't trying to sound
Which
cool.
is a form of humor.
Right.
That I appreciate.
Oh, good.
But.
So yeah, that's how much basically that I enjoy a good love story, and so I think that's why I like Miraculous so much, is because it has, for some reason, to me, above average love story. I think it's just mostly because they know each other, but they love each other, but they don't know it, and so I'm hooked on that.
That's like the opposite of the old superhero comics when he was in high school.
Who was in high school?
Like, because he would say he had this girlfriend, or he had this girl he liked who liked Superman, but he can't. I guess that's in all of his comics.
I don't know. Who's he?
Never mind. I don't know enough about it.
Alright. Cool.
Well, anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Speaking of Pride and Prejudice, what did we do this week that may be a little unusual?
I was just about to take a sip of. Anyways, we went to a dance, a bit of a dance.
We did.
I'm sorry, I really needed a sip. I apologize. There was a little bit of awkward silence there, but I just needed a bit of sip. Anyways, yeah. So we danced. I dressed up sort of like King Charles. It was a last minute decision, but I went with it, and it was pretty good. It was pretty fun.
I wore pink.
You did wear pink. It looked good.
That was
you pulled it off.
That's all I can say about my outfit.
That's fair. I like, because I knew going into it. I'm not trying to be like a stick in the mud, right? But like I knew going into it that, well, one, I was super tired that day after Shakespeare in the Park, which we might go into later.
Should we do it in chronological order?
Let's do it. Let's just start this lifelong adventure.
So we went on a field trip, didn't we, Josh?
We went on a field trip. And the field trip was to a art museum for our class. We went to a art museum to sort of study art, and then what we do is we take a painting and we draw it out, and then we go home and we sort of write about it. Right? Isn't that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're going to have to... I think it's a speech, actually. We're going to present.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. You didn't know about that, Josh?
No, I was not aware. I didn't really know. I knew that,
it has to be completely memorized, and it's 20 minutes long.
No way. Wait, really?
No.
Okay. I was like, that wouldn't be too far-fetched. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be too surprised. And so we went there, and I was very much into it. It was a good day. And so afterwards...
We had a tour.
We had a tour. It was great. The lady was super nice, and we just sort of went around. And then after the tour, we all went off on our own and tried to find a painting that we liked, and we drew it. And I found mine. I thought it was very good. Daniel, I'm assuming you found one that was adequate?
It was adequate.
Good.
It was actually incredibly not inspiring.
Oh.
It made me think.
Okay, good. Mine didn't make me think, I guess, which I should have gone for that. But mine was just incredibly beautiful to me for some reason. Like, I looked at it and I was like, wow, that is just gorgeous.
Like miraculous.
Like miraculous. I was like, I don't know why this is so great, but it is. And so I just went with that. And then our friend Elias, he came by and he was like, you're taking way too long. You should just do some lines, like just do as simple as you can. And I was like, all right. So I did that because I was taking a long. So I was trying to draw like the characters, and there were quite a few, and so I took a very long time on the donkey and a man because I was like, once I get these, I can sort of like work everything else around it as far as like sizing and stuff. And whew, that took a while, but I got it. So anyways, I took pictures of it and stuff so I could finish it, and I'm going to. I plan to. I think. I will. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so then after we did that, we went out to there was an amphitheater in the back. Is that how you say it? Amphitheater?
I have no clue. You're the theater person.
That's true. I am a theater person. If anyone didn't know that, I did stage work for quite a while actually. I've done.
And then you quit.
I did quit. I quit. I'm not gonna lie.
For good reason.
Like I've done close to. This isn't a lot, I know, but I've done like close to 30 shows. So I've done a bit, and that was in like, well, that was in like, I don't know, a couple of years since like 2010. So it's Anyways,
did you quit and then start a YouTube channel?
Actually, no. I've still been doing theater. Actually, I was in the peak of my theater at that point when I first started YouTube. Should be said.
Yeah. So what did we do in the amphitheater? It was completely empty.
Right, so it was completely empty. There was like no one around. There were a couple people like walking and sort of exercising, I suppose. But what we were doing was, so the whole class was down there. And earlier that day, I rode with actually James. You guys know him. We rode down together because he's in my class. And we I did a scene from Hamlet for him and for him and his sister was there as well. And I did Hamlet. I did a scene. And they thought it was really great, and so then I told Daniel about it because I was kind of happy about it. I was like, that was really fun because I like doing theater. It's just, anyways, I'll put it this way, I like it, but I just can't do it anymore. That's all I'm gonna say about it. And so so I was like, that was really fun. I love doing theater. It was awesome. And Daniel was like, oh cool, you have to show me. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And so then did I do it for? Yeah, then I did it for you. And a couple other people were there, but not
and Elias.
Right. Okay. So it was me, you, and Elias, and I think that was pretty much it. And then the whole rest of the class came down, and they were all eating lunch at the time.
Oh, and David. David was there too.
Right. Okay. And David. That's right. And so I did my Shakespeare bit again, and then he came back. Oh, sorry. And then our whole class came down to the amphitheater, and Daniel was like, "Hey guys, Josh is gonna do Hamlet," and I was like, "Oh gosh, okay."
Yeah, that was fun.
It was.
To pressure you into that.
Right, he did. He pretty much forced me. I'm not putting him in the wrong for it. It was good. Like, I'm glad
I went
you
up
did.
to our tutor and was like, Josh just did a monologue from Hamlet a little while ago. I was like, shouldn't he do that again?
Yeah, and she was like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I was like, oh, great. And so in front of like,
you enjoyed yourself, right, Josh?
Oh, I loved it. It was so much fun. It was awesome. I love acting. I love doing just theater. It's so much fun, but I just can't do it anymore. But it was great, and so then after that, we did like 4 or 5 subsequent plays, and it was awesome. And so after that, I was worn out because we did like quite a bit. We probably did for like maybe not quite an hour, but for a while we were up there doing.
You should make a video about the Blue Loan.
The Blue Vest Loan. All right.
Blue vest loan, that's right.
I might. That would be funny. That would be good. I'll have to get a blue vest. Okay, I might do that. Anyways, so if you guys see that, this is the origins of that. So, I was super, super tired after that. And we went to the dance, and why did I say I was tired? Why was I... Oh, right. Because now bringing it all back this is why I was going to say, is that I knew I wasn't going to do much dancing. Because I was so tired. And I was like, I just can't do that much. And so I can't remember why I wanted to say that I knew I wasn't going to do so much dancing. It was something about our outfits or something. But I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, well.
But something... Anyways. And so we're at the dance. And it went well. A lot of people complimented me because I had this white shirt or white button-down shirt, and what's great about it is if you pop the collar up, it stays up, and it's made of like this thick material or something is like in the collar at least that it makes it like stick up. Like it's when it's up, it's up. You know what I mean? It's not going down unless you like force it down. And so loads of people really liked that. I looked moderately like King Charles does sometimes, and it looked nice. I was very impressed with it. A lot of people were impressed with it, and I was pretty happy in the end. I was pretty happy. I after a while I untucked my white shirt as well, or my white button-down shirt. So I was wearing a vest as well, and then a blazer over that. And so I untucked my white shirt, and then I looked even more like King Charles, and it was cool. I was very happy with myself, and you know, what else? What else can you be?
And all the parents that were there probably hated your outfit.
Oh, no doubt. Actually, quite a few of them. Well, quite a few of them said, oh, "I really like that," and one of them said I should be in a fashion magazine. Actually, they said that to my mom.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, a bit of them liked it. I'm sure a lot of them didn't, but I liked it, and some of them liked it, and most of the kids liked it. I actually made a friend because of it. The guy was like, "Dude, you look really good," and I was like, "Thanks," and he was like, your collar looks very authentic. That's what he said, and I was like, "Thanks." And then it was kind of awkward past that. But then later, I was sitting down. Because seriously, then the conversation just died, and he was standing there next to me.
Well, you just said thanks twice. It doesn't that kind of... You said nothing else, which kind of means you're... So you've probably killed it yourself.
Oh, I definitely killed it myself. I mean, I had nothing to say to the guy. I had never seen him in my life. And he walks up to me and he's like, "You look great." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then he was like, "Dude, I mean, your collar looks very authentic." And I was like, "Yeah, thanks." And I didn't want to say, "Oh, dude, you look great too." I mean, I didn't want to be like, I don't know. I felt super weird about it, really. And then it just kind of died. And eventually, he walked away. After a while, just sort of standing there alone. It was weird. And so then, it was great. It was great. And then he sat down next to me later, and he was like, "What's your Instagram?" And I was like, I gave it to him. And he was impressed that I knew my name, apparently. Like on Instagram. My handle, or whatever you could. That's what they call it on Twitter, at least. He was impressed that I knew it. He was like, "Man, this guy knows his Instagram name." And I was like, "Who doesn't? Like, what are you talking about?" Anyways. He was a nice guy, obviously. He was a very nice guy. Very much enjoyed him.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
So...
What about your experience at the dance? What was it like? Because mine was mostly just, like, compliments on my outfit and then me just kind of chilling and dancing a couple times and, it was fun.
Mine was... I tend to be very excitable. Not excitable. That's the wrong word.
Energetic and just sort of, like...
Energetic, yeah.
Having a good time, A really good time. To say the least.
Yeah, so I'm very energetic in my dancing, which really hurts, actually, the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for example, as I was dancing, on the last song, which was especially rowdy.
It was.
For obvious reasons.
And if you didn't notice about my personality, I was kind of like I was very much not happy with it. I was kind of like...
With the last song?
Yeah. I was like, it just made me feel super awkward. I don't know why. That's just my personality. So just a little bit of a peek inside my life.
I was screaming as loud as I possibly could more Owl City.
Okay.
So I had it, because I am a very big fan of the artist.
Right.
I probably felt a little bit differently than you.
Oh, absolutely. You definitely did. See, I'd never even heard the song. I had no idea what everyone was like, "Yeah!" about. And I was like, this is making me really awkward because everyone likes the song. It's kind of like, I just felt super awkward. But
and you're like, "Please just play King Charles."
If they played King Charles, I would have been like, I would have freaked out. Oh, that would have been cool. But anyways, so go ahead. So what happened in the last dance? Yeah, what happened in the last dance?
Yeah, so I slammed my foot down pretty hard.
Right.
And I'm dancing in these nice shoes. And nice shoes, like, shoes that you wear with a suit or something, are not that comfy. Or the ones I have aren't.
No, yeah.
And they're basically a block of wood with leather wrapped around it, which has been the design of shoes for a very long time until they invented the tennis shoe and they stuck a bunch of rubber on it.
Right.
But so I was basically throwing my leg down as hard as I possibly could. So my heel was in an amazing amount of pain the next day.
I couldn't imagine. Wow.
per usual.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt fine.
But I view it as a form of exercise, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially for what you were doing. Jeez. Whew, it was great. I mean, it's good. I'm not condemning you in any way. It's great. It's absolutely great.
Yeah, so that was my experience at the dance.
Good.
To an
Good.
extent.
Yeah, I talked about Sword Art Online with a friend of mine that likes. She's into Korean stuff, actually. South Korea, obviously. Should be said. Should be said. And yeah, and she watched
Yeah,
Sword
I'm
Art
really
Online
into
as well.
those North Korean things. You
Yeah.
know, communism, threatening global nuclear warfare. You
Yeah,
know, all
it's
that
really
good stuff.
inspiring. And so, sorry about that pause, but I'm always super like hypersensitive to awkward pause or just like any type of pause in our podcast because
We need to say something every time there's an awkward pause.
right
Like, have a phrase.
okay,
Like right there, we need a rule.
yeah, right. Okay, we'll think of something. But for what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay, and she like Sword Art Online as well, and so we talked about that for just a minute. But
We could say aardvark.
okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. So, anyways, I'm trying really hard to fill in the gaps now. I knew there was about to be an awkward pause there. So, are we ready to do... Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Do we really need to do the story?
Do you not want to?
We do
It's
need
a-
to talk about music of the week. Unless
Okay.
you want to save that till the end.
No, we'll talk about music of the week. Good heavens.
I don't know if there will be like a public outcry if we skip the story this week.
People like it. Okay, I got
Really?
I got a message from someone who I didn't expect to even talk to me, and they were saying that they really liked the Mallards story. They were like, it's amazing.
Okay.
And I'm
Well-
like, wow. Okay.
For fear of a public outcry, maybe we'll do.
We'll do a 5 minute,
10
whatever.
minute, maybe.
Yeah, 10-minute little, what happened when they jumped out of the window. You know what I mean? Just sort of a, conclusion to that at least. Because people really like it. Also, speaking of which, this episode is going to be really long. But I was talking to him, this was about a week ago. And he was like, he brought it up. He was like, dude, I don't know if he's fine with me saying this. It doesn't matter. He was like, we weren't even talking about the podcast. But he walked up to me and was like, dude, I don't think you should make any more hour-long podcasts. Like, he was completely serious. And I was like, why not? That's like, podcasts are generally like, an hour to an hour and 30 minutes. And he was like, yeah, I just don't know if it's good for your channel. And I was like, okay. So I just wanted to say that. And so, James, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, because this is at least like 50 minutes by now, I think. Let me check.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been 48 minutes, so just about.
Plus,
So
we don't care if anyone listens,
right, which they do,
which is weird.
including your father. So hello to him, because he commented "Shallards for life" in the last
Yeah.
episode. So thanks for that, and a couple other people did as well, which we mentioned in the last episode. But your dad did it today. He commented this morning. I was impressed. Like, wow, the integrity of that man is strong. To
Because
go through the
apparently
whole
your
podcast.
father hasn't commented yet.
Right. Yeah. It was, wait, what did you say? Sorry. I totally missed it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, wait, I hope I wasn't agreeing with something weird. So what did you say?
I said, and your father hasn't commented yet.
Right. No, he hasn't. Yeah. My
But
parents.
let's not be comparing.
No. It's just, they live with it. You know what I mean? We'll put it that way.
They're
They live
both
with it.
software engineers.
They are both software engineers. Yeah. It's true. Both our fathers. And, yeah. That's the truth of it.
That's the truth of it.
So, why did I laugh like that? It was totally fake. Anyways, I thought it was funny, but I did a fake laugh. Okay, Kishibashi. We all know him. I love him more than Daniel, but Daniel likes him, right? You like him a little bit. You think he's alright, right?
I listened to one song of his.
Oh.
I have not listened to his classics, I'm sure.
So, wait, which song was that?
Well, it's a song it's originally written and sung by Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, right. But have you listened to any of his stuff? Ever?
A few of the other things nothing really, like, caught my attention and made me just
No, yeah, that's fine.
really, I didn't really enjoy any of this, I listened to about 6 songs, let's say, and none of them really caught my attention.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just wondering. Anyways, so basically he released an album that I believe he said something about this on his Instagram, and I believe I interpreted this correctly. I haven't read his caption in a while, but I believe he said that this EP only came out on vinyl back in the day. He's not like that old, but I mean, like, you know, I don't know. This is probably like 6-7 years ago, or maybe something like that. I'm not too sure. But anyways, oh no, October 24th, 2012. Sorry. So back in 2012, he released this on vinyl. I believe it was vinyl exclusive, and so he released it recently on Spotify, and I believe it's on iTunes and Google Play, but I'm not entirely sure. Or
what's its name?
Music. Anyways, it's called Room for Dream. It's an EP, and it's really, really good. What I really like about it is one of his songs, which I love a great deal. It's called Evelyn, Summer Has Arrived, and it's really, really good song. It's really, really good. It's a really, really good song, and previously, the only way I could hear it was on, he did this live thing with Tall Tall Trees on Audio Tree TV on YouTube, and it was good live, but the real version, the studio version, is really, really good, and so that's what I've been listening to, is his new album. That's really the only new thing I've been listening to. I've been still listening to King Charles just a lot. I've been really into him. I've learned him on guitar and ukulele, and so he's been a constant. But what about you, Daniel? So me is Kishibashi, Room for Dream. But what about you, Daniel?
For me, because I realized that not many people have listened to a lot of Owl City, as I realized at the dance.
Right.
And if they know him, they know of him as the person who wrote Fireflies, which was his big breakthrough.
Right.
But my favorite album of his, by far, is All Things Bright and Beautiful. It was released in 2011. And I guess I kind of inherited the enjoyment of this artist from my older brother, because he's an older artist.
Right.
But 2 songs I would recommend are Dreams Don't Turn to Dust and Plant Life. Those are probably my favorites.
Okay. So, say that one more time for me, real quick.
Dreams Don't Turn to Dust.
Okay.
And Plant Life.
And Plant Life. Okay, I'm going to add them to my playlist so I can listen to them later. Because I always forget, but after this I'm going to go back and listen to them. Because I've been not listening to your song recommendations, so I just forget. But now I'm... Anyways, so yeah, I'm being a good friend this time. So...
well, I listened to Ivory Road, so you better listen to my recommendation.
Right. I will. I definitely will. I listened to...
I did not mean to be mean there.
No, yeah, I got it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. If I ever suspect that you are actually being mean, I'll probably ask you. I'll be like, wait, were you being serious? Because, anyways, not because I'm confrontational. I'm very much anti-confrontational. Not that not that I would let anything slide, if someone's being, like, mean to someone, but, anyways. Oh, gosh.
We have talked about a lot of things.
Right.
And none of it has been about Mallards.
So, let's start this thing. Mallard, Shallard, Horatio, and yeah.
And the creepy chinchilla.
So
they're flying. Last time on
the it's called Mallards in the Aardvark. Mallard and...
You got it right that time, Josh.
I did get it right. Last time I had to break down while trying to say it, but this time we're good. So last time on Mallards in the Aardvark, they were flying, Horatio, I'm saying the name right?
Yes.
Horatio was on Mallard's back, and they were flying out of his window, Mallard's window from in the monastery. So, starting
After
in 3...
visited by the creepy chinchilla.
Right. So, are you ready to do so we're going to both, do sort of in-character screams as we're flying out of the window. Obviously, I'm not asking you to, scream loud, but...
Okay.
So, 3, Well, okay, we're starting off in 3, 2, 1. Donk! The donk was they fell. But obviously Daniel didn't know I was gonna do donk, so he went a little far. But what's his name? Sorry, I'm getting out of character. Let's read. You know what?
Horatio was very surprised. Per se.
Right, Horatio didn't know that they had landed because it was such a soft landing. But in fact, they were in a different dimension.
Like a bed of feathers.
They were in a different dimension. What's his name? Mallard looked up, and what he saw, to his surprise, was not the creek side, but in reality, he was in space. He was in this room, a completely white room with one huge wall that was just window, or it has 4 walls, but one of the walls is this giant window, and he looks out and he's in deep space. And he says,
Cup of tea, remember?
Cup of tea. I need a cup of tea. Horatio, we're in space, mate. We're in space. Do you not... we're stranded in space. We have no cell service. Not that I have a phone. We have no anything. We must be in some sort of spaceship. I don't see any doors, though. But obviously, it got here somewhere. Someone put this thing here. So obviously, there must be either someone here or some way to fly this thing. So, you want to look around?
I would agree with your conclusion that we are in deep space. However, I don't know that it could just be a box that we're contained in. And
right.
I should be panicking right now, but for some reason I feel this unique sense of peace. I don't understand why.
I sort of feel this peace as well. Oh my gosh. Are you seeing that? There's a gazelle coming out of the wall. It's dressed It's dressed in a white robe. Or sorry, not robe, but more cape.
How are you supposed to wake yourself up from a dream?
What?
No, how are you supposed to... Mr. Mallard, I really think we need to...
No, we're not dreaming.
Well, you're not even real. This is a dream. I don't understand.
No, it's not a dream. There's a gazelle, right? It's red. It's like maroon red. They don't really come in that usually. It's maroon red with a white cape, and it's coming straight for us. I'm terrified at this point. Aardvark. Oh, sorry. Horatio. Let's see what it has to say.
Gazelles aren't real. Gazelles aren't real. Gazelles aren't real.
Welcome to my domain. I am...
Okay, this is weird.
Something. I can't remember. What's the name? Hold on. I'm getting somewhere with this. Don't worry about it. I have a plan. I swear. Hold on. I'm trying to think of a name. I am... what's the name? I'm trying to think of a name. I am... it has to be with a G, but I can't think of anything. I am Granette.
Okay.
The gazelle of the land. I am a space gazelle. Granette.
You don't seem so much a gazelle of the land as you do a gazelle of space right now.
Yes, true. I'm actually kind of impressed that I'm keeping this high-pitched voice. Anyways, hello. Welcome to my domain. I can grant you 3 wishes. Yes, it is good. Only 3 people in 100 years come through here, and you are 2 of them. So you're very lucky, and you should be very proud of yourself. I shall grant you 3 wishes, and one of you gets 2. So pick wisely. And then she sort of falls to the ground on all 4 legs, and majestic elk horns grow out of her head. And then everyone's just kind of whoa, this is really cool. Horatio, what should we wish for?
Well, I think that's up to
Sorry.
each of us individually. I believe one of us will get 2 wishes based on the fact of whether our first wish is adequately thought out.
Right. Okay. Okay, let's think this out. All right, what do we...
Or we could make wishes together, which would be more democratic of us.
I think that would be best. So, what should we wish for? What do we want? What can we share that's sort of great? What should we do? I think we should wish for, I think, no, I don't know what we should wish for. What do you want, Horatio? What do you want?
What I really want is for the whole world to be like the Sub-Sahara, my hometown. But I do believe that you would be opposed to that thought.
I would be, because then many animals would die, really.
That was selfish of me.
Let's face it,
I
you're a bit
apologize.
selfish. I might want to just take these wishes for myself, really. I mean, but I suppose you deserve at least one. And we should share them, so let's just do that. So, I think we should ask for, because money...
That is a very noble thought of you.
Right, I'm glad. I really am. Because money means nothing to us, right? We don't have money. So, I mean, what is money? I don't know. I'm a talking mallard, you know. I have no concept of human life, really. We should wish... I genuinely don't know what to wish for, Horatio. I think...
This is one of those occasions which you always dream about, but never make up your mind.
Right, it's sort of like you always think, if I can have 3 wishes, I know what I'd go for, and then you sort of never have it because you're like, of course I'll know what I want, and then you never do. Listen!
Agreed.
Listen to me! I have news! I must tell you, I'm running short on time. Sorry, this tea, if you've heard me clear my throat, there's some... I think I'm getting sick a little bit. I have a bit of sniffles, and...
That's not good.
I'm constantly having to clear my throat. I very much apologize.
Are you allergic to your cup of tea?
No, I don't know what it is, but so this voice is kind of getting hard to do, but it's fine. It's just like in a very short amount of time, it went from very easy to very hard. So I apologize. Should have picked a more easy voice, but anyways, I must tell you. And also, I'm sorry if it's like really annoying and you can't actually hear what I'm saying. Like, I'm really sorry. I must tell you, time is running short. Quick! I need 3 wishes, now! Tell me, now, or else you get nothing!
Mallard, quick.
Alright.
Wish for Shallard to be with us.
I wish Shallard would be with us. I wish this box... No! Okay, 1, Shallard. Shallard appears. Poof. Whoa, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Shallard, it's alright. We're all safe. This gazelle will grant us 2 wishes. Don't say anything. We have to all decide on one. We have to be quick, though. Yes, time is of the essence.
I wish that we would have more time.
I really wish we had more time, but we really don't. Mallard, I really wish I never met you at this point. Aardvark, what have you done? That's the whole wish ruined. You fool.
I haven't thought that through.
Now you have 30 minutes, at least, to think up another wish. Well, I suppose, Aardvark, Horatio, whatever you want.
I wish for 100 more wishes.
That is not in the rules. I apologize, but that does not count.
You did not give us any rules.
Well, if you really want to read the one... man, I'm losing it, sorry. If you really want to read the 1,000-page rulebook, you are, welcome to it. But otherwise, just know you cannot wish for any more wishes. Alright, well, I don't really want to do that reading. We only got 30 minutes anyways, and that would take quite a bit, unless Shallard is a surprisingly quick reader. Yeah.
You're the residential monk in the company.
That's actually
I'm sure
true.
You're a fast reader.
That's true, I am a fast reader. But not that reader. I am a fast reader, but not that quick. So, I suppose I've made my wish. Horatio, you've made your wish. Shallard, what do you want? So, I suppose what I want most in life is happiness. But I know you can't give me that. I've seen Aladdin. You cannot wish for love. Happiness does not just come in a wish. Let me think. What do I want? No, I was about to make this really cheesy, so never mind. I was about to make a really cheesy... that would have been bad.
Thank you for not going there, then.
No, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go there. Now that you all know, disclaimer, I think this is really bad, but it's really funny. I wish to find love in this world. Shallard, look at me. I love you. I am that person. You don't need to wish for it. I'm right here. You don't have to look farther. You don't have to cross the sea. You don't have to wish upon gazelles. I am right here, my love, for you. Every day and every night I will be there at your beck and call. I am your love. And I will be here for you. Me and Horatio, but me romantically, obviously. Not him. Just me. I'm here for you. Please. Please know, I love you. This is really awkward. I'm not really... Oh, gosh, this is weird. I've only known you for like a day. Oh, my goodness, I'm in a lot of pain right now, Mallard. Oh, this is bad. Okay, I suppose... What?
I'll be quiet now.
Okay. Are you sure? You don't... Alright. Alright, well, I suppose I retract my statement on the love. I suppose maybe I could get to know Mallard a little bit and he won't seem so mental. But for now, let me think. Yes, I know what I want. Gazelle. Yes! Oh, wow. Sorry. Yes, Shallard, what is it that you wish for? I want my mother back. She's been gone for so long on her trip to India, and I don't know when she'll be back. I want her back now. In my house, not here, because that would be terrible. Yes, your wish is granted. Your mother awaits you. And obviously, I can see all. I know all. And let me tell you, you saved her from grave danger. So good on you. I'm off! Yoo-hoo! And she is out of there, and they all teleport back.
She sounded like Mario.
I know. I was going for that. Anyways. Anyways. And so they all teleport back to the monastery. And Shallard is running off. Wait, Shallard, please. I need something to tell you. No, Mallard, hold on. I have to see my mom. I had to know if she's all right.
Hey, man.
All right.
Stay back.
What?
Just let her be.
I know. All right, Shallard, go. Just see me tomorrow. All right. Of course, Mallard. Of course, yes. All right. Goodbye, Horatio.
Goodbye. Good luck finding your mom.
Yeah, good luck. She's at Charlotte's house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're good. Bye. Bye, guys. And Charlotte runs off, and that's where we're ending this episode of Mallards in the Aardvark. Quite a wacky one.
It was.
It was
strangely beautiful too, and cheesy.
You really think so?
Yes, it was.
I'm glad. You didn't think it was just like completely terrible. I will say, in hindsight, I can't believe I did that voice for the gazelle. I didn't like it, I'm gonna listen to this back and be like, oh, you idiot. But,
Well, at least the character's gone now, right?
Right, at least I don't have to keep on doing it. Because I know it's obnoxious. No one's gonna like listening to that. But, wacky characters, need wacky voices. So, there you go. Whew, that was mostly me, wasn't it?
This gets harder every time.
It does get harder, because I feel like I have to make it more interesting, you know what I mean? They're not just, like, swimming around the pond anymore, and I'm trying to...
Maybe if we planned, like, the story arc,
yeah,
we
maybe...
wouldn't have so many problems with it. But...
Right, maybe if we kind of had a general plan of where this was going in advance, then we would not have to worry about this. But yeah, guys, that's been Mallards in the Aardvark. Also, should say... Elena, if you're listening to this, which I won't be surprised, she said, she commented on my Instagram thing, she says, I say hi, so hello, from the podcast, and just wanted to acknowledge you on the podcast.
What are they going to comment this time?
Oh yeah, so, we're at the end of the podcast, basically, we've been going for an hour, yes! We've never actually gone an official hour, so that's kind of cool. So we're at an hour and 10 minutes, just about, So
we have now wasted 1 hour and 10 minutes of your life.
And
of ours.
And of ours. So what you need to comment now is Life well spent.
Maybe.
That's it.
No, life well spent, maybe.
Maybe. There you go. Life well spent, maybe. There you go. From the boys at Jemscast. Life well spent, maybe. Alright, guys. Thank you very much for listening. This has been the illustrious Jemscast. If you want us to talk about something in the next podcast, comment it in the comment section below. And we
take
should
suggestions.
Yeah, give us some video suggestions. Give us some Mallard suggestions. And we should start saying these type of things at the beginning of the podcast, because very few people listen through this. I just not realized that. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Goodbye.